Well, hello to all my Korean friends, brothers and sisters. My name is Scott Sauls, and I am a pastor in the United States, in Nashville, Tennessee, at a church called Christ Presbyterian Church. And I have also written 6 books, all of which have been translated into the Korean language, which feels like such an honor to me that so many of you would want to read things that I have written. I hope that my latest book, Beautiful People Don't Just Happen, will be an encouragement to you and also to those that you are in community with. In terms of the book itself, it's unique in a number of ways, and one of the most unique things about the book is that it is arranged in what I call prologues as opposed to chapters. There are several prologues to the book and one chapter, which is called Chapter 1 and Only, which is at the very end. And the whole point of calling them prologues instead of chapters is to emphasize the fact that the lives that we live in a fallen world, where things are broken, where we are unfinished and still in the process of being made into the people that Jesus intends for us to be, we are not yet where we are meant to be. The world is not yet what it is meant to be, and we're still waiting. We're still a people in waiting for what the Bible calls the new heaven and the new earth. And so when I call the chapters prologues, I'm just trying to communicate that life that we live now in a fallen world is temporary, and the life that we will live in the new heaven and new earth will be eternal, and it will be wonderful, and it will be full, and there will be no more death, mourning, crying, or pain. So the book is really about 3 pain points. And how the gospel of Jesus Christ speaks to each one of those pain points. And those pain points are, number 1, regret, which has to do with the guilt and the shame that we experience, the things that we wish we could go back in time and change about decisions we've made, words that we have said, relationships that we have brought hurt into. And so regret is one. So a major part of the book is, how does the gospel of Jesus Christ, how does the grace of God speak to our regret? The second pain point is hurt, which is the hurt that we feel from living in a world that's fallen, the hurt that we feel from being hurt or betrayed by others, and also the hurt that we cause to others when we sin against them. What does the gospel say about that? What does Jesus bring to bear upon the hurt that we experience? And then the last is fear. I think we're all, on some level, strugglers with anxiety about the future, about the unknown. And the gospel gives us so many promises to address our fears. And in the book, I point out the reminder that 365 times, one for every day of the year, the Bible says to us, do not fear, because the Lord is with us, because we are heirs of his precious promises, because we are his adopted children, and so on. And so my hope in terms of desired outcomes for Beautiful People Don't Just Happen is that the book will in some ways helped to pastor its readers to a place of the joy of forgiveness in light of their regrets, the presence of God in light of their hurts, and also the promises of God in light of their fears. I hope the book will serve in a very pastoral way to speak into those places of regret, hurt, and fear in the lives of the reader. I hope very much, especially, that the reader walks away with, an amplified picture or understanding of who Jesus is and what Jesus has done in order to so thoroughly address our regrets and our hurts and our fears through his life, death, burial, resurrection, and future promises. And so I hope you will receive encouragement as you read the book, for those of you who decide to read it. I hope that the book will help you feel more and more understood and less alone in the world. There's this wonderful statement that C.S. Lewis once made about friendship, and he said that friendship begins when one person looks at another person and says, "Oh, you too? I thought I was the only one." And I hope that as you read through the book, which is a book where I share a lot of my own personal story and my own personal struggles with my own regrets and with my own hurts and with my own fears, I hope that you will experience on some level a solidarity or even a friendship with the person who wrote the book, me, who is also stumbling and struggling along to know Jesus and to receive all of the goodness that Jesus has for me in my regrets and in my hurts and in my fears. And I hope especially for those who fear the future and who wake up every day experiencing anxiety about what the day will bring or what the future will bring. I think the most important point and the most important statement that the book makes is that long term, 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, 1,000,000 years from now, and 1,000,000,000 years from now, our worst day in the new heaven and new earth will be infinitely better and more joyful than our best day in the life that we live now. And so ultimately, more than anything else, I hope and I pray that the readers of this book, Beautiful People Don't Just Happen, experience hope. So thank you again for your interest in Beautiful People Don't Just Happen, and I hope God uses it wonderfully in your life.